Lake Naivasha is home for the first voluntary group of local users of a wetland resource to be given the legal responsibility by government for managing it. The attention of the world is now on us, and we have to make this work. Time is running out for the Naivasha lake and wetland. At present, the lake sustains a healthy, though unnatural, ecosystem, a productive international industry, and over 250,000 people who depend on it. We recognize that this cannot continue without some degree of regulation of the lake's water. Yes, people need water. It is a legitimate need that must be addressed, but the infrastructure must be there to address that need sustainably. LNRA is campaigning tirelessly to set up that infrastructure. Of the campaign's goals, the most important is that we must have a transparent means of sharing of water between all users. This must be based upon an agreed upper limit for total abstractions. We must implement the already agreed policy for the riparian zone. We need this so that damaging cultivation does not follow the lake edge and pollute it. Owners do not clear acacia woodland without replanting. Farmers do not cultivate down to the lake edge, clearing papyrus. We must implement a successful management of the commercial fishery so that the maximum yield is achieved and poaching is eliminated. We must encourage the fish production using all available means, fish cultivation on shore as well as correct harvesting offshore. We must end the loss of papyrus, and now we must try to restore the swamps, starting where they are needed most, at the delta regions of the inflowing rivers. We must protect our wildlife, particularly the hippopotamus and the diverse bird life. Lastly, and most importantly, we must ensure that every child in every school around the lake knows about the important parts of the water cycle that affect their health, the health of their lake, and the health of their environment. We've made great strides in beginning this, with films made for local users, part of a grant from the Vodafone Foundation that made this video possible too. Our achievement will be judged by Kenyans still to be born. The LNRA is not just working for the 250,000 people around this lake, or even the 40 million people in Kenya, but for all the people across the world who want to pass something beautiful and useful on to their grandchildren. Ramsar wetland conservation has been a success in the 30+ years since the Convention's initiation, because of the partnership between local, national and international institutions. At Lake Naivasha, the LNRA has mobilized the local stakeholders in writing a management plan, mobilized the national government to accept it and to gazette its implementation. Now we need international support to really make it work, to persuade all the stakeholders to deliver on their promises. Without the three-way partnerships which Ramsar has so successfully achieved elsewhere in the world, Lake Naivasha will cease to be a world-renowned lake supporting a world-renowned flower industry. It'll become a shallow, muddy, over-fertilized pond with impoverished communities eking out a living along its bare shores. Pulling Lake Naivasha back from the edge will secure the future of this magnificent species. It'll provide a shining example for the wise use of wetlands all over this planet.